1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is my level. It's in Battle Block Theater. The entire concept of this level is basically how many ways can I use this block, the timed explosion block, in a level without getting stale. Basically an ode to the timed explosion block, because I noticed when I was playing Battle Block Theater they used it a lot of ways, so I tried to figure how many different ways can I use it while still keeping the level fun and engaging. The first thing you should know about this level is that it's designed for players who've already beaten all of World 1. So it's supposed to fit somewhere between Worlds 2.2 and 2.6 in terms of difficulty. It's not a super hard stage, but there is one spot where it gets a little bit more difficult, which is where it's assumed you've beaten the first chapter. Let's begin. This section is sort of an introduction to the bomb block for those who may have forgotten about it. It's more forgiving. It's got basically an easy way for you to get back up if you fall. And it's also where you understand the nature of them coming back. That's why I put the strawberry below instead of on top, is so that you are encouraged to fall down so that you can discover that it's alright for you to make mistakes with bomb blocks. Here is where we get into a little bit more of the less forgiving aspects of it, where you have to basically time your jumps. Additionally, this is sort of a way to remind players that yes, you can choose not to jump when you fall off a platform so that you still have your double jump. So this is sort of a reminder of the delayed jump as a mechanic. That's also why that strawberry is down there. And additionally, there's spikes down below so that there's sort of the definite specter of looming death for those who make a mistake and fail their jump. But I don't really see too many people dying on this unless they don't know about the delayed jump and they go for the strawberry basically like that.
Doing that
without knowing the delayed jump. If you go for the strawberry without the delayed jump, it's a guaranteed death. So the next section is what I like to call the controlled fall. This is introducing the idea of picking and choosing which blocks you let get destroyed. Here, after that, hold on, let me go back. Putting the strawberry over there forces the player out of their comfort zone as they notice the floor beneath them going away. And if they hit the floor before they hit the wall that lets them get in, they will definitely fall to their deaths. Next is the corridor where you have to outrun the lasers. This looks a lot more difficult than it really is because there's a delay between when the lasers come out and when the lasers are free and when the lasers actually shoot. So by racing against this, it's sort of a prelude for a part later on in the game. Additionally, the lasers block each other, so the player's not in too much danger. Dying in this part usually means that the player wanted to go back instead of down, which might be a symptom of the fact that I placed the flag here. For future iterations, I might consider removing this block right here that you can hit your head on so that it's easier to see the top of the flagpole. The strawberry is placed up there to make it a little bit harder so that players have to double jump, which would remind them at the end that double jumping is a faster way to get through it than single jumping. Here we've got the water section, which is familiar to anyone who's played Battle Block Theater. It's just a way to have bomb blocks as sort of a dispenser. The enemy here is a simple grenade cat. The reason I use him instead of a different one is that his attack has a definite arc, and additionally the splash damage with the grenade is mitigated by the fact that there is water underneath you. Normally when those explode they have a little radius of death where the player would get exploded, but I want to be a little bit more forgiving in this part, so I just used grenade instead of something else. This next part continues in the line of basically thinking before you do. I have the timing inherent in the see, got me. The timing inherent in the bomb blocks sort of makes you have to think ahead about your positioning when it comes to defeating the laser pistol. Additionally, down here, these platforms are to knock you back up into harm's way if you stay to the side. Players will have seen them before in the campaign. They'll know what they do. But it's just sort of a reminder of them in case you forgot. This section is the part where the difficulty ramps up a teensy bit. You'll notice a teleporter below you, a button below that, to the right of that, and up here there's a section with a rock, a teleporter above it, and a bunch of bomb blocks. This wall here basically acts as a doorway into this area. So here there's a section that kills a lot of players. It's an ice and then 2 lava, which knock them up into the spikes. Lots of players have trouble with the short hop jump, so instead of doing that, they end up getting stabbed by the spikes. So that's basically the first real element of difficulty in the level. Here we have the pie, chosen because I couldn't have any more other stuff, any more collectibles in the level. So the point of this section is to race past the bomb blocks before they get to here, and when they do get to there, collect the rock, place it on the block, on the button, go back across, and you're at the next section. This section I put a little bit of an Easter egg in for the players who want to not follow the critical path. They'll wonder, hey, why is that boat there? And of course, since they know how to play Battle Block Theater, they'll know that by pressing right trigger here, you can make the boat come towards you. So they'll go across here, they'll say, I wonder what's around here. And if they brush up against the wall, they get the hidden strawberry, the last strawberry in the level. And that's all that's hidden. Now by following this back, we'll realize there's sort of a staircase, and this arrow pointing up is deliberate to tell the player, well, this is the right path. So you climb the staircase, and you have to basically get to the exit. And if we look at the level here, it's designed in such a way that if you were to go here and go down, you'd be sort of trapped. Now, the first time this happens, you've got the boat there if you didn't trigger it to try and get something else. And the second time, you're stuck. You're shit out of luck. You can't get up here because it won't have respawned yet. And you'll have to do the section over again. And that's my level.